Many men are taught that attraction is a puzzle to be solved through persistence, but the harder you chase, the further she pulls away. You find yourself holding what you thought was the solution, only to watch it turn to dust the moment you try to use it. We focus on metrics we control: the car we drive, the brand of our clothes, or words in a pickup line. We treat connection like a transaction, where enough effort eventually buys a result. This approach fails because it's usually driven by a hidden set of demands. We enter the conversation needing her to notice us, to choose us, and to validate our worth, so we can finally feel complete. This constant search for validation transforms a potential relationship into a burden of dependency. When your sense of self relies on her approval, the connection loses its air. It becomes heavy, forced, and eventually it suffocates. Lasting attraction begins where this neediness ends. It requires a shift from offering a performance to becoming a man whose presence creates its own security. Think about the man who leans on loud, expensive romantic gestures. He is projecting a version of love that is often tone-deaf to the person standing in front of him. In contrast, a man with high emotional intelligence notices the subtle shift in her tone or the small hesitation before she speaks. When she shares a struggle, the standard male reflex is to provide an immediate logical solution. You think you're being helpful by trying to resolve the issue, but the result is often a growing sense of distance. Research reveals two models of stability. The fixer meets emotional bids with logic, breaking connection. But the anchor turns toward the emotion itself. Her internal world is witnessed without judgment. She learns you can handle her feelings without rushing to solve them. True presence is the ability to sit in the discomfort of her emotions while remaining unshakable. This stability allows her to lower her guard. You've likely felt that internal pressure when speaking to someone you're attracted to. It's an instinctual urge to prove your value, to brag, or to win her approval quickly. To change the dynamic, you have to mentally override that instinct. The most effective way to be seen as valuable is to stop performing for her attention. From the moment she wakes up, she is flooded with signals, telling her to earn approval. This makes unearned validation feel cheap. By withholding that easy approval, you step outside the noise, and she begins to view your attention as something that must be earned. The 40-60 rule builds attraction. First, highlight traits she already possesses, about 40%. This shows you see her clearly. The remaining 60% describes traits she hasn't displayed yet, creating a gap. She realizes your admiration must be earned. By mastering your own responses rather than managing her feelings, you stop chasing. You become the steady point that she moves toward. Practical, direct tone. To apply this today, shift your focus in conversation. Spend 80% of your energy trying to understand her emotional state and only 20% on your actual reply. When she expresses a negative emotion, validate it. Even if the logic seems flawed, the feeling is real. Acknowledge that you see why she feels that way and watch how quickly her tension dissolves. If she becomes anxious, remain an unshakable anchor. Ask questions out of genuine curiosity, rather than treating the conversation like an interrogation where you are the one on trial. The most effective long-term strategy is to develop your own purpose. When you have a life you value and a character built on consistency, you no longer need her to complete you. Intimacy is the result of creating an environment where armor is no longer necessary. It is the space that opens up when you stop trying to possess her and start trying to understand her. If you are ready to prioritize depth and build more secure connections, hit the subscribe button and comment "key" below to join our community. The strongest relationships aren't built by pretending to be someone else. They are forged when you finally become the version of yourself that doesn't need to hide.